All right, y'all. Another episode of Deep Talk. Doing it a little different this time. You know, we're gonna take y'all to the incarceration world. You know what it's like inside jail. What it's like coming home. The struggles. What's your name and where you from, man?
Slim, 44 from Virginia, Accomack County.
So you did some jail time.
Yeah, did a whole lot of jail time. Whole bunch of different things I shouldn't did jail time for, but hey.
So how much time overall you think you said you did?
From pretty much when I was 20 till I was 37, back and forth.
Okay. Can you give me the charge that led you into incarceration?
Drugs, guns, assault and battery on police, assault and battery, DUIs, reckless driving. I don't know. Pretty much you name it, they probably didn't charge me with it.
So tell us a little bit what it's like when you got incarcerated. How was it for you? Was you like nervous, scared? The first time you got incarcerated, was you nervous, scared?
I wasn't nervous or scared because where I'm from, we still got county jail down there like the Andy Griffith Show. And you already know they hold like maybe 100 people. That's probably pushing it. And you already know everybody in there because they from every neighborhood. They went to school with you or everything else. It's somebody's daddy's uncle, cousin, your brother, your cousin, or whatever, your uncle, your daddy, your aunt, whatever. So nobody never scared. And that's probably why a whole lot of what's going on now is like it is, because we didn't see so many people grow up, locked up in our lives that people think is okay. They think that make you somebody in the streets that everybody think not scared of nothing. But really that just show how weak you are. Because you're scared to make decisions for yourself. You're a follower instead of a leader.
So, okay. So tell me some situations. Did you ever get into anything when you was incarcerated? Any kind of situation in there?
We got in, out of all that time I got in, I think a scuffle, choked the nigga out, and my boy thought some dude was a punk watching him while he was asleep. I popped him a couple times while he beat him. Stopped a couple people from wind up losing their life for murdering or for beating people, but I stayed to myself. Because if you weak-minded, you locked up, you following, you trying to be down, you go to jail, get a prison sentence, this, that, the third, then all of a sudden you turn Muslim till you get back home. It's like I said, it's a mind game. Jail and prison, the streets, life, it's all a mind game. If you're a weak person, you gonna follow who you think everybody else following. You a leader, you gonna make your way. Everybody else gonna follow you. So that's how I did my time. I stayed to myself. I didn't disrespect nobody. People talk to me, I talk to them. I see people disrespecting people because they didn't have no money. They people wasn't writing and they wasn't sending no money. If I had money on my book, I go commissary, I order them food and give them food. And don't want nothing for it. I just don't want to see nobody talk about you. And especially when it's the same dudes from your neighborhood that's joking you. But yeah, you'll go back on the street and bust a gun for them. Because you're a follower.
So, what about the guards? How they treat you in there?
guards situation as far as me, myself, guards, that the guards that was assholes to me, they was just assholes. The guards that were all right, who respect you like you respect them, you ask them something, they try to do something for you, they was cool. But then you had those same guards who was cool would disrespect you because of somebody else on the tier, block, pod, or whatever you want to call it. Somebody else on that pod, ignorant as fuck, always doing dumb shit because they don't care. They don't realize they're doing time. You're losing your life. You're away from your family. You're away from your kids. Ain't nothing you can do. They jackasses. And that costs everybody on that tier. If them guards get mad at that one person, there go your TV. You locked down for 2 or 3 fucking days in the cell. Can't come out like you on solitary confinement and shit because of this asshole. Then, now everybody on the tier mad at this asshole because now we stuck in our fucking cell all day long. Can't bath or nothing. So, them 3 days up, guess who getting their ass whipped? The person who just caused us be locked in the fucking cell for all this time for being an asshole. And that's just how it goes. Some people just want attention. Some people want to be down thinking it's gonna make this guy or this guy think they tough because they think this guy run the tier, run the compound, run whatever, or Mike can get this, Mike can get that, whatever. They're the same one they snatch up in themselves and fuck them in their ass because they weak. And then make them come out and fight somebody for them so they won't tell on them.
And what facility you said you was in? If you don't mind, sure.
Accomack County Jail, Somerset County Detention, Smyrna Prison, SCI Prison, Norfolk Detention Center, Rubicon Treatment Facility, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, different spots.
That's a lot of different. That's different jails. That's different flavors of jail. All right, let me ask you this: do you consider Delaware jails to be like a physical jail or like a mental, or both? Your opinion.
Both. Physical, and definitely will fuck you up mental if you ain't right. Because Delaware was something different for me. Because like I said, I'd be county jail, then go to prison, depending on how much time you get or whatever. Delaware, you go straight to prison. That don't matter, it's all the same. The people not the same. They don't do time like people I done time with in my life before I can't move to Delaware. The people I see in Delaware that do time don't take it as they doing time at all. They can have 2 years, 3 years, 30 years. And they act like they coming home tomorrow.
You ever been in Gander?
Nah.
You ever been in Gander?
Nah. I had people been there, Gander, Jessup, all them.
So to me, it's like, Delaware is small.
Yeah.
So normally how I go in the States, you got your county jail, then you got your state prison. To me, Smyrna is Delaware State Prison, and Gander is the county. To me, that's my opinion. So I feel like a lot of people be like, "Oh, Smyrna is, it's this and that. It's bad in there." It is. Don't get me wrong, because you still got criminals in there. Anywhere you got a whole bunch of criminals, that it's gonna be. No matter where you at, it's just how it is. So it's like, but to me, it's like them criminals in Smyrna, they settled in, like you were saying, like they settled. So it ain't too much of. Everything is like organized there. It's not, because I was in there for a little bit, so everything is like organized in there. So it ain't too much extra stuff going on, because 9 times out of 10 you got somebody on top. Majority, you might have a few people that might buck. That's that's how it go. But now you go to Gander, it's like it ain't no it ain't no, it's not organized in there. It's just like everybody for self, everybody. They not comfortable in there. People fresh off the street. So it's like they still got that street feel. They want to go home. They got, you know what I mean? They still got that, they still got pussy breath in there. You feel me? They not really doing time in there.
So they was the places people didn't even want to get sent. Fucking Gander, Jessup, and places like that, because people knew you might not come back home. They used to be kill camps. You don't know if you coming back home, especially if you're out of towner. Just like with Maryland. Maryland don't like out of town people. You got, it ain't even about out of town people. It's just that people got this mentality from back in the day when they had gangs and neighborhood to hood fights and dumb shit like that. And it's just ignorance. That's what you got. You got ignorance. Motherfuckers who don't give a fuck about life. Ignorant. And because they don't give a fuck about life, they want to make sure yours miserable. And if you weak enough to let them get to you, your shit gonna be miserable. Or either you gonna get more charges.
When you was in Smyrna, did you see people fight over the phone a lot? Or was it like they respected the phone line?
Most people respected everybody. You had a couple young boys here or there, but they might act like they buck for a minute, but then they respect certain people, whatever. But it was mostly fucking old heads in their 40s and 50s that thought they were fucking 19 again, trying to impress the young boys that would do dumb shit like that.
Over the phone and stuff.
And try to be down or this, that, and the dumb.
I think that's like the number.
Same shit they do on the streets.
That's like the number one cause of fighting Gander. It's like a phone. It's the phone. It's like,
yeah.
It's like,
phone is always going to be a problem.
That's what determines where your heart is.
Yeah.
If you really, you know what I mean? If you let somebody tell you ain't getting on this phone.
Take your phone call.
Next on his phone, and that's what it is.
Yeah, take your phone call or
somebody see you get
double tap the phone. They know you next and know you. That mean you. Yeah, I done seen plenty of people get their pay bought for that one.
As soon as they call, it's time for rec time.
No,
not even 2 minutes. As soon as they come out for rec, they going for the phone. It's a squat. Cold. You know what I mean? So you know how it go. They get rough in there.
Guaranteed.
But it's a lot of dumb shit. It's just dumb.
But the guards and the people in there provoke a lot of shit too, because most of them you got sitting 10, 12-hour shifts. They bored as fuck. If you not in there arguing with each other, goddamn causing commotion, they ain't got shit to do but sleep. So they get bored. Boom, we got a new inmate. Oh, guess what? Ain't this the dude that he's supposed to shot 2-3 weeks ago, the guy we got over here? Guess where you going? Right where the motherfucker that's supposed to shot you at. Cause they bored. And they gonna let it go down and then hurry up, rush in there and try and break it up for somebody to get killed. Then they gonna sit back and look at the videotape over and over again. Look, he's supposed to be so motherfucker. Look, he tore his ass up. Look, he kicked this fucking ass. And they sit back and laugh. I've had it done to me. Guard put the dude right on the block and sit back and look through the flap and wait, see how long it's gonna take me to come out and approach him. And then as soon as it started, they came, locked the door, snatched him up out of there.
So do you think it's like in jail, it's like a no rules type of situation? Anything goes in there?
It's anything goes. Like I said, the ignorant ones, it's anything goes. People who in there with sense, and that's what people got fucked up, because the smartest people I met, the people I met that own the most businesses, the best artists I've seen, the best engineers I've seen, in prison.
Yeah.
They're in prison. And then when you come home, depending on who you are, ain't shit for you unless you go get a CDL and drive a truck for years and years and years until you can get shit off your record to do something different. Then you might can go pursue what you want to do in life. But once they put you under there for a felony, like we calling them F's. Fail, fail. That's all you gonna do is fail.
So how long it took you to get a job when you came home?
Every time I got locked up, every time I came home, I sit for times at 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and got no job. Got to do whatever little side hustle, clean cars, hook up systems, work on cars, whatever, to survive. But that's what it is. This time I came home, this last time, luckily somehow I got a job through a staffing company while I was in work release, and I did that for like 6-7 years. Money was all right, wasn't getting paid what I was supposed to get paid, but I ate them on overtime and made what I wanted till I could, and then made sure I stayed straight.
So you saying you still feel institutionalized? You still think like you locked up after all this time, bro? Cause you feel like the way the world is, you know what I mean, it makes you like that.
To a certain extent, yeah. Like I watch people on the streets like I watch people while I was in there, because you don't know who you could trust.
Mm-hmm.
To that extent, yeah, I still feel like I'm locked up because you can't trust nobody.
Mm-hmm.
You can't trust the people you work with. You can't trust the police. You can't trust the people at the fucking doctor's office. Because these still people, just like you. They still go through shit just like you. They still got problems just like you. People just don't show their shit the same. Everybody don't wear shit on their sleeve. But you best believe everybody and their mama know, if you ever been in the streets, the biggest fucking coke buyers is the fucking people with the biggest money. The lawyers, the doctors, the judges, their kids. Well, most of their kids fucking pill poppers. Everybody know that. They walk away from jail and prison. Why? Because of their family stature. You see these motherfuckers on the news up here, politicians in the state, get pulled over DUIs, argue with the motherfucking state police, everything, and tell them they're gonna drive their motherfucking car home. They got to call their wife and everything. You don't hear shit about it no more after that.
So let me ask you a question. If a person do 20 years in a penitentiary, do you think he should be released? Do you think it'll help him or hurt him if he were to get released after doing 20 years in a penitentiary, coming straight to the streets?
I'm glad you asked that question, because I got 2 friends that I grew up with that done damn near their whole life since they were 12, 13 years old in prison. One of them got 33 years when I was 22, doing a 2.5, 3-year bid, because he took a charge for his nephews and them for some shit they did, and got 33 years. He just went up for parole last year. He been home since then and said he didn't feel right. And we like, what you mean you don't feel right? He said, I need to go home. Motherfucker, I'll take you home. You live right around the corner. He was like, nah, that ain't home. What the fuck you mean you want to go home? Prison. I want me a big butt boy and a jar of kite and go back and let my man take care of me. And this motherfucker did some dumb shit to get a parole violation to go back to prison. Went up for parole last year and told him he don't want parole. Don't bother him no more. Don't even want to come home because he's so institutionalized. He been locked up since he was fucking 10, 11 years old. Detention centers, jails, prisons, and don't care. And do not care. And literally told him he do not want to come home. And could have been released. That's stuck.
That's
You're stuck.
That's definitely mentality that is hard to break after 20 years.
Well, they tell you when you locked up, if you somebody with sense and you trying to figure out how can I get good time? How this the fastest way to get the fuck out of here without being a damn snitch is treatment, mental health counseling, this, that, the third, or psychology. Talk to somebody, see if you got a problem. Is that they love that. But what I got out of that was that fucked me up when they told me, they said, you know what? Whatever age you get incarcerated at, that's the age you are for the rest of your life. So whatever your first age you get locked up at, if you get some time, year, 2 years, whatever, once you get locked up, you're stuck at that age. If you got a weak mental, you're stuck at that age for the rest of your life. Ain't no way in the hell I'm gonna be stuck at 14.
Do you feel like if a minor do something, say like at 14 years old, he commit a crime or commit a murder, do you feel like he deserved to spend the rest of his life in jail? Or do you feel like his brain not fully developed yet?
At this day and age, fuck yeah, burn.
At 14?
Yes. At this day and age, burn. Cause you know why? It's some dumbass grown man out here on the street, whether it's his daddy, his uncle, the people on the street he hang around or whatever, telling them that if you get a body, you're not a grown yet. So the only thing they can give you is juvenile life. So that's why they send them out as shooters. That's why so many murders right now.
I'm saying though, so you feeling so you gonna blame the child, the 14-year-old, and say you should throw away his life after that, throw away the kid?
If you can play motherfucking Call of Duty with people across the world and then if you don't end up in motherfucking jail or then murder somebody and end up making a career out of playing a damn video game, and because you started it at 12, 11 years old, you don't understand the fact of fucking taking a life or using a fucking gun and what it'll do. Most kids now about 5 years old smarter than me and you. I know shit, I got nieces and nephews 3, 4 years old can use a damn smartphone better than me. Can set up an app and shit I don't even know how to set up. You think people don't know that a gun will take a life?
So let me ask you this. The age that you are now, right? Do you see yourself doing the same thing you was doing at age 14?
Fuck no.
So, if you did something at the age of 14, right? You don't think you deserve another chance? Because your brain's not fully developed. You know, you older now. Even though you know right from wrong at 14, it's like you really know now that's not right.
Shit, I knew at 14 it wasn't right. But I ain't care. That was the difference. I ain't care. I ain't give a fuck when I was young. I ain't even start giving a fuck and really until, well, that would be a lie. That's when I really stopped not giving a fuck again. I ain't start giving a fuck until I had a kid. That was it. I ain't start giving a fuck till I had a kid because I didn't want her to be like me. I didn't want her to be like nobody I've been around, nobody that I watched, that I molded myself off of or anything else. Like I tell them, don't never be no follower. If you doing what somebody else do, that means you weak. Let your friends follow you. Don't do what they do. Let them do what you do. And if they ain't on the same page as you, they ain't talking about what they want in the future. They don't want land. They don't want a house. They don't want to try to set something up that bring money. They ain't even in the same character or even in the same lane, so we can't be in the same circle.